Was telling it like it was and what it meant to the people up there, and it was in their hearts and affected their bodies physically and everything, and it was just incredibly real. I thought it was a joy to do, I must say.
Yeah, I think it's such a timeless series, partly because of the time period, but also because of the fine actors, great characters, and brilliant storylines, weren't there?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's what I was going to sort of hope that you might talk about, which was all the early stuff, particularly. I mean, I think the scripts were pretty good throughout, but the early stuff, which was all filmed up there in Newcastle, which was lovely, and they were written by people like, well, Jimmy Mitchell, of course, he was a welder, I think, on the docks, who could write as well, and I mean, they were all proper local Geordie people who'd been through the mill and knew what it was like, or their parents had been involved in all the strikes and everything, and so it really came from people who knew what they were talking about.
I've got a girl into trouble. I'm going to have to marry her.
Anybody I know?
Matt Headley's sister. I stayed the night at his house once. She was there too.
You lying cheat.
That's right. I love you, Jessie. I've never known anybody like you. But I'm the way I am. You could wait, I couldn't. I'm sorry.
For me, Jack? Or for her?
It caught the people's imagination, definitely. Lots and lots of people, because we were still living in London still, and there were a lot of people would sort of, be stopping you and saying, oh, especially, obviously, Jim, coming after the Likely Lads and everything, which was so popular, into this real proper drama, gave him a chance to show his skills, which was great.
It's all very well to say we're all equal under the law, but when you're starving, you're only equal to the next poor bugger who's starving.
That will do.
Not for me, it won't. That woman had nowt. If it had been left to you, she'd be in the workhouse now and her bairns would be in the orphanage. Well, that's not my idea of justice, never was and never will be. I did what I could, and I'd think myself less of a man if I hadn't.
Well said. Well said. If this uproar continues, I shall clear the court.
All right, lads, all right. Give me his chance, give me his chance.